Hey everyone, it is Bridget here from Bridget's Kitchen, wishing you a very wonderful start to your week. It is Monday, still morning here in Sydney, and I thought I would do a little episode with you guys about what I would give and what I would like to receive for Christmas, because it can be a bit of a minefield, and if you're stuck for a few ideas, especially like foodie ideas that you would love to give to someone, then this is definitely the live video for you, because I'm just going to go through some of my favorite ideas, like I said, some things that I would also love to receive, and I'm going to start from the basics. So what I love to receive more than anything else, and as much as I love getting gifts, I love getting experiences. So the first thing I want to talk about is the intangible things that I can't actually show you live. So these are the things that you give to someone and then you create an experience for them, because there is nothing more special than an experience, because that's what we remember, right? We remember the moments of these experiences. And from a foodie perspective, there's actually a lot of experiences that we can give. And please, everyone, let me know where you're coming from today. I just seen Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you this morning. So let me know where you're coming from. I'm coming from Sydney. This is actually, this is the reverse view. So normally I'm facing the other way, and this is what I see. This is what I see when I talk to you guys on our live videos. But you're actually getting the reverse angle today. You're getting the reverse angle of me. This is what I see, and then we're going to turn around soon, and I'll show you what I've got set up for our Christmas gift giving ideas. So the first one I want to talk about is experiences. And when it comes to experiences, these are things that, yes, money can't buy, but money can buy, because it does require a little bit of cash. And wonderful thing about these experiences, and oh, hi to Leslie from Tari, thank you, and also Amanda joining us from Perth. I hear you guys are having some crazy weather. Like, my heart goes out to you, Amanda. I hope you're staying really hydrated, and also Tans from Kalgoorlie, oh my darling, I hope you're still staying really well hydrated as well. To all our lovely folk from WA who are experiencing these 40 degree days every single day in a row, stay hydrated. I might have some hydration ideas and the gift giving as well, just for you guys. But anyway, back to experiences. So when it comes to experiences, these are things that you know, you're not only giving the gift of what that gift is, that physical gift, but you're also giving people an experience. And those experiences for me mean so much. I love these moments. And from a foodie perspective, and also from a healthy foodie perspective, you could give, oh, and hello to Lena, Central Queensland, thank you for joining us. And also we've got Leslie from Adelaide, yay, South Australia, thank you. Yes, when it comes to these experiences, number one thing that I love to give to people is I love to give them a gift voucher or even a booking into my favorite restaurant. So if there's someone that you want to give a gift to who's in your area, and there's a special restaurant that you know that is wonderful and you love it to bits, a great gift that you can give, and you know, it means so much to that person, because you're giving them a bit of an insight into what you love as well. So you can give a gift voucher to that restaurant. Not only are you supporting a local restaurant, but you're also giving your friend or your loved one this amazing gift, this amazing experience. Now, what I actually like to do is take it one step further, and I will book a table for not just them, but also for me and for Mahei as well. So there's a nice idea. Book a restaurant or give a gift card somewhere local. This also works amazingly well if you're giving a gift to someone who's overseas. Find out what is a really wonderful restaurant where they live. Wherever they live, find out what it is. Do your research. Go onto Google or ask Google Maps, best restaurant in Whakatane, which is in New Zealand, you know, and when you're there on Google, you'll be able to get a list of these restaurants, and then give that person a gift voucher from that restaurant in their local area, which is such a nice idea. And I've done that before, and I was getting photos throughout the meal as that person was dining, and they absolutely loved it. So give those types of experiences, because they mean so much. Another wonderful experience, and this is one that Mahei and I have done a few times, is give the gift of a foodie tour. So what you'll find locally around, you know, your area, or in the person's area where you're giving the gift, you may find that there are foodie tours that are available, and they will go to a particular suburb. Like, for instance, I've done a foodie tour of Bankstown, which is in Sydney, and it's amazing. It's almost like, they call it Little Saigon, so it's very Vietnamese, but there's also a lot of continental style places there, like delis and stuff. So it was really eclectic. So I've done Bankstown. I've also done a foodies tour of Harris Park, which is very Indian, which was just mind-blowing, and some of the best food I've had, like seriously amazing. I've done a foodies tour of Cabramatta, which once again is very Vietnamese, so lots of wonderful Vietnamese food. And I've done a foodies tour of Haberfield. Now Haberfield, if you've never been, is very Italian. So there's all these wonderful foodie tours that you can give to people, and it's such a great experience, especially if they've never gone to that particular suburb. And it's one of the things that we love to do as a family, is we spend one weekend every month, and we go to a suburb we've never ever been to, because what we find, especially within Sydney, is every suburb has a pocket of flavors. So for example, you know, you can go to Haberfield and have the most amazing Italian experiences because there's a big Italian community, and you can go to Cabramatta and get a Vietnamese experience, or you can go to Bankstown and get Little Saigon and another Vietnamese experience. You know, there's all these little areas, these little hubs of communities, and you can eat the most amazing food. So that's a really good one as well if you want to do that. And the other really cool experience, if you want to think about this, it does require a little bit more effort on your part, but that's what it's about, right? It's a gift from here as well as not just monetary, but give them a voucher for a picnic, and you create that picnic. So you are the one creating a picnic, and you can get together with your families, and you can have a wonderful time outdoors, enjoying the outside, you know, not always connected to our technology, and give the gift of a picnic, and you supply all the wonderful healthy food. So those are my experiences to start. I think they're a great way to get connected to food on another level, but also give the gift of what you love, which means so much to people if they know that it's really come from a bit of thought and heart. It's not always about how much money we can spend. It's actually how much thought we can put into it. So yes, those are my experiences. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn you around so you can see what I have laid out in front of me, which is my ideas if you do want to give a physical gift, which is absolutely fantastic as well. But there is a few foodie ideas that I'd like to share with you. And as I was saying, these are things that I would like to receive, but also these are things that I love to give. And a lot of them have quite a lot of meaning to me as well. So let's start with that. Okay, so I'm going to turn you guys around. All right, so in front of me, I'm going to start down here. So what you see here, these are called timber boxes, and it's by a company called the Timber Cake Box Company. They are an Australian company, a beautiful lady who's actually part of our group here. If you're part of our private group on Facebook, which is Bridget's Healthy Kitchen Family. This lady is actually a part of our group, Debbie, and she makes these beautiful boxes, and they are, would you believe, for baking. So you can make cakes and stuff in these boxes, but now you're thinking, now why would I need to have a timber box? There's a couple reasons why, and there's a couple reasons why I love it. Firstly, these cake boxes are perfect for making things that require very slow cooking because they're made of wood, so they don't dry the food out. So for example, if you're making a Christmas cake, these are ideal for making Christmas cakes. If you're making a chocolate brownie, which only requires a very delicate temperature, then this is perfect for chocolate brownie. I personally like to make my almond bread in these as well, which come out so incredibly good. They just come out so tender. It's so different making your bread or your cakes or your puddings in this, if you are using this, as opposed to using a traditional tin, only because you've got that really delicate heat, and it's very even as well. And what Debbie has so kindly done for us, I think Mahay's just thrown up a link for you guys, is if you'd like to purchase something from the Timber Cake Box Company, she's going to give us a discount, and that discount, all you need to do when you go to the checkout is put in thank you 19, as in 2019. So thank you 19, and you will get a 10% discount on all these boxes. So go and have a look at it. They come in different sizes, as you can see. That for me is perfect for almond bread. This one here is getting into really good cake or brownie making, because that's a really good brownie size. And then you've got an even bigger one down here, and if you look at that, that is just going to make you the largest Christmas cake, and you can cut it up into 4. Because that brings me on to the next thought. My next process thinking is homemade gifts. Let's say you have a timber box or whatever it might be, and you can make homemade gifts. So what I have here is this crazy eclectic collection of cake tins that I get from the salvos. And actually some of these I bought in New Zealand. Look, that's a pukeko, if you guys know what a pukeko is. Look at that tin. These tins are full of Christmas cake that I have made, and these are going to be gifts for people. I literally go and I source these beautiful old tins. If anyone knows this tin, actually, Currently found me this tin. This is Griffin's, the biscuit company, and this photo on the front, it says it's summer days in Taupō, which is the largest lake in the North Island. So I've got this wonderful old vintage tin that has a beautiful Christmas cake in it that I'm going to be giving away. And then this one here is a Pohuta Kawa tree, which is kind of like the New Zealand Christmas tree, isn't it? The Aotearoa Christmas tree. And yes, it's got cake in it as well. So you can also do things like give away homemade gifts. Of course you can. Made with love from you. Christmas cake is definitely a good one. Give me a second. I'm running to the fridge because I also want to show you one more. Jingle bells. I'm in the fridge. You guys know this one, right? These are my chocolates that I make, homemade chocolates, and this is my I call that Christmas chocolate. Look, oh, look at that Christmas chocolate. I have it on an old vintage plate that I got from the salvos. I love this vintage stuff so much. If you've been watching me recently, you've been seeing I've been wearing lots of aprons and stuff, vintage aprons. I love vintage. And this is this beautiful vintage plate. And all I'm going to do is wrap the whole plate in cellophane. So not only do they get these gorgeous handmade, sugar-free, gluten-free, dairy-free chocolate, but they also get this wonderful vintage plate that they get to keep as well. So, you know, these sort of ideas are just fabulous, aren't they? So that's my homemade. You guys have actually already been doing lots of homemades. I've seen chocolates, I've seen cookies, I've seen crackers, and of course I've seen Christmas cake, but we can just go even one step forward. Go and find a vintage tin and wrap it up, because nothing as is cool. You know, last year, or you know, this year, the beginning, everyone was doing minimalistic stuff, and I'm like, nah, let's go vintage. Let's do this whole grandma bringing back all these wonderful, gorgeous, well-made as well. I mean, this tin's going to last you forever. And yes, you can put cookies and crackers and stuff in it, and this plate is just stunning. So why wouldn't you want to give that gift? I think it's just gorgeous. So that's another idea, is homemade. So the next one you probably can see behind me is one you guys know I use all the time. Ta-da, air fryer. If you have an air fryer, chances are you're enjoying it. And I think what would be a really nice idea is you could also think about giving one away. So my air fryer here is my big one. This is my 10-litre air fryer. And I bought this one on, I don't even have to tell you why you should give an air fryer, because you guys know how cool. And look, you can see me in the reflection. Hi guys, I'm behind the camera. That's so cool. The air fryer that I use is a brand called Healthy Choice. I'm not brand specific when it comes to air fryers, because you can literally get them everywhere. What you're probably looking for is more of a size thing. If it's for a big household, you want to get a large one. So this is a 10-litre one. And I bought this on kogan.com.au. Mahay's going to throw up a link for that air fryer. It's called Healthy Choice, 10 litres. It's $110 on Kogan. But I have heard through our page that Aldi have got a special starting tomorrow, Wednesday, and they are selling air fryers that are square, that have trays. So I can't vouch for how good the Aldi one is, but there's an option for you guys as well. So air fryer is definitely the gift that keeps on giving. So small ones, we can get them from Kmart. Someone said to me the other day they can get them at the post office. They're selling them in the post office. They're everywhere. They're absolutely everywhere, and they really are a fabulous gift. And it might be that you give this gift and then you need to spend time with the person you've gifted it to say, hey, and this is why we use it and this is how we use it. Maybe have a little cooking class with them, which would be really nice. So air fryer is the next one. I also have here, and it's one that I use every single day, as you guys know, and that is my mixer, my little handheld mixer. So this one I got from Aldi. You don't have to get the one from Aldi, but what you are looking for is an all-in-one unit. So don't worry about the brand again, because this isn't the greatest brand in the world, but it was $20, you know, and you get what you pay for. But you can get them from Kmart, you can get them from Noel Leeming's in New Zealand, you can get them everywhere. But what you're looking for is this all-in-one system. So it comes with this little bowl, so you can do your chopped garlic and your ginger and, you know, and you can, and not you, that you're giving it, they can do, minced chicken. It also comes with this part here, which is this stick blender, which is really helpful. And then it's got a bowl as well, if you want to do like a smoothie or something. But this one doesn't have it, but also look for one that has a whisk attachment, because that's really important too. So this is a nice idea. As I say, don't worry too much about the brand. You're looking for the all-in-one unit. So you're going to have a stick blender, you're going to have a little bowl with a chopper. That's, I don't use that much, to be honest, that one there. But what I do use a lot is this one here, and the whisk and the stick. So this is a nice idea as well for someone who may just need to have a little food processor in their life. I think it's a really great idea. And then over to here, this is my favorite idea at the moment, is you can make up your own healthy hamper. So, normally a food hamper has got all the really things in it that, not necessarily that great for people at Christmas time. Well, you can do the exact opposite and put in all the healthy food. So in my hamper, I literally have the largest jar of sugar-free mustard in the world, which I love. That's a French brand. And I just think this is literally, I could faceplant in this particular brand. It's pronounced May, not Maoli, May, because it is French. It is the Dijon, which I love. And look at that. These guys have been making mustard since 1747, and there is no sugar in that. It is a great, look at, it's a big jar of May. It's a great mustard to have in the pantry, because you can add flavour without adding sugar, whatever it is you're eating. And I think if you're going to give that away, you're going to give someone just such a wonderful gift. I've also got apple cider vinegar in there. I've got the idea of having an alternative to flour, so coconut flour. Of course, there's some tamari, wakame at the back there. That's a thing of wakame. I have nori. I have coconut aminos, and I also have kombu. Oh, crazy, right? Especially if you're, someone who's just starting out on their health journey. This is such a nice idea. You do whatever you want. You put in whatever you want. But you're thinking about the foods that might be a little bit more difficult to find. And I've got a tea towel in there as well, because you've got to have a lovely tea towel. And you just get this amazing healthy hamper. Such a nice idea when you have a healthy hamper. So that's another thing as well. So over here, we're going to move on. And the next thing that I absolutely love to give to people is knives. Now, knives, as we know, are the cornerstone of our cooking. And we need to make sure that even if it's just one knife that you have a knife that is really, really sharp. So the first knife I'm going to show you guys, I want to talk about, is this one here. And you will see me using this all the time. This is literally my go-to utility knife. It's from a brand called Global. And we're going to pop up a link to that, globalknives.com.au. These guys are available everywhere. And you can buy them as sets. So you can buy like a starter pack which has 3 of them. This is actually called a vegetable knife, and it's more like a utility knife, but look at it. It's just wonderful. I've had it for years. So you can buy the knives individually, or you can buy them as sets, and they even come sometimes in a knife block. So it might be a nice idea if you want to give yourself, or you want to say to someone you love, I need some knives. This is a really nice starter brand. I always say this, Global is a nice starter brand. One thing you will notice about your knives, and anytime you go looking for knives, is make sure that the metal goes right through the handle. If the metal just stops there and then you've got plastic handle, the chance of that knife breaking in the middle increases tenfold. So what you want to do is make sure that your metal goes right through the handle, and this is just one piece of steel, literally, and it's been forged and it's been sharpened. So that's why I like the Global brand, because I know they've got really good quality. It's a Japanese brand. They've got really good quality steel that goes into it, and then the metal goes right through to the handle, and you can get a wide variety of different types of knives. So I would definitely start with Global. I know you can get them from like the Kitchen Warehouse, you can get them from Peters of Kensington. You can also go into just go online and you can Google where you can get the knives from as well. And if you go to that website, globalknives.com.au, they will actually give you all the stores where you can purchase these knives. I think they're fabulous, and as I said, they're a great starter knife. You then would start looking at something else. If you just want to like literally stocking stuffer, I don't know anyone's ever put a knife in a stocking stuffer, but you see that? Victorinox. This is a German brand of knife. And no, the handle does not go through to the end, but because it's what we call a little paring knife, it doesn't need to. And this, once again, is a utility knife. This is $10. If you ever see that brand, sorry, I'm trying to get there. There it is, Victorinox. It is a great brand of German knives, and Germans and Japanese make some of the best knives in the world. So I always have a collection of these little paring knives, and if you want a stocking stuffer, this is good. Just make sure you like wrap it at the end so it doesn't poke through the stuffing. So that's another one, Victorinox. You could then go something completely crazy, and this is a knife that my husband bought me about 10 years ago, maybe even longer now. It's a Japanese brand, cost him an absolute arm and a leg, but as you can see, the metal goes right through to the handle. Really important. It is a beautiful knife. It's well weighted. It's going to cost you a small fortune, but if you want to go that way, I would go into a chef's knife store that specialises in knives, and they will give you a bit of a breakdown. And these ones that I have here, you can actually buy these online. It's a company called Kamikoto, once again Japanese. It comes in this beautiful gift box, and if you're looking at buying something for someone who is a little bit more experienced in the kitchen, this is a really nice gift for them, because these knives do need a bit more special attention, and they do need to be sharpened differently from the other knives, and they are quite an expensive pair, but once again they are a nice option. If you're looking for almost like a statement when it comes to giving knives, this is a nice statement piece. And you can go to Kamikoto, they've got a website, Mahi's going to throw up the link for those guys as well, and they make beautiful knives. But once again, that's probably for someone who's a bit more experienced. Maybe you know a chef or an upcoming chef or a foodie or someone who loves to cook. This might be something for them, and they do like the most gorgeous knives, just hand forged knives. These knives take months and months to make because they hand forge them. They're just beautiful, and you'll be surprised at how reasonably priced they are as well. So that's Kamikoto. So behind me, I know I've got that, I'll get to that soon, don't you worry. Behind me I have this, and this is very, very special to me. Let me tell you why. One of the reasons, I'm going to move that so we can have a little look. One of the reasons this is very, very special to me, this smart display, is because what you may have not have noticed in the book. Have a close look at the cover of the book. What can you see in the background? That's right, that's my smart display. And the reason I have my smart display in the actual book, and if you've ever watched any of my videos, you know that the smart display normally sits right there. It sits right there on those wooden things, right there. That's where my smart display has sat for well over a year now. And the reason I love the Lenovo Smart Display is because it literally is my friend in the kitchen. As you can see, you can watch YouTube videos on there. You can do, you can ask it questions, like you can say what, and I won't say the part where you have to say first because I'm going to set off everyone's phones, but you refer to a company called Google. I hope that, yeah, we're right. You refer to a company called Google and you say, Google, and then I don't want to say it because I'm going to set off everyone's phones, including my own. And then once you've done that, you can ask questions like, can you convert 180 degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, and your smart display will do it for you. So it's a hands-free, wonderful bit of equipment to have in your home. And the thing that I love about it is I'm able to stream videos and also able to listen to music. And I've actually got it open here. There it is. So that's what it kind of looks like. It's gorgeous. Oh, hi. Way too soon, but thanks, Mahi. Not yet. Could you? Okay, we screwed that up. He came too. He sent it too soon. Please play. Guess what else you can do?
Very happy.
There you go.
It is Wednesday here in Sydney.
You can stream me live.
The weather is absolutely.
And watch YouTube videos. Look, can you see? There it is. That's a smart display in the background. You can stop that now. Thanks, Mahi. Thanks for jumping the gun. That was awesome. But as well as that, as well as, watching YouTube videos, which you can set up a playlist of YouTube videos if you want to. You can also watch all the news that's coming out there. You can set up your own music streaming, like I do YouTube Music and Google Music. So these are all my playlists that are ready to play. And you know what? It's very, very cool because it's very, very loud as well. The volume on here is awesome. We have parties just with this in the kitchen. Like seriously. Oh, look, Elton John's playing. It is wonderful. And here's the volume up and down here. It is so good. So it is the possibility of you doing stuff on here. Look, it's got all the, oh, lovely. You can switch through and you can change songs. It is really, it's very, very special. And you can watch YouTube. Of course, you can watch me. You can also ask it like all these questions, like show me my playlists and find breakfast recipes. You can make a video call, which is so cool. So you can turn this around so it sits up like that. and you can FaceTime with people. So you're using Wi-Fi, it goes straight from your phone. You're using Wi-Fi. As long as they've downloaded an app called Google Duo, you can make FaceTime calls with people, and you're doing it like this from your kitchen. You can be cooking, you can be doing whatever you want, and you're talking to people, which I love. I just think it's so brilliant. You can set up to listen to the news in the morning. You can ask it questions like, what's the weather like? How long will it take me to drive to, the supermarket? And it will show you all those sort of stuff. It is amazing what this machine
how many
can do.
in a mile?
There you go.
1 kilo in pounds.
These are things you can do. You can translate on here, convert units, check movie screen times, play audio book, play music, find calmness, get nutrition facts, set timers. This is probably what I use it for the most. I'm always setting timers. It is one of my ways of setting timers in the kitchen. It is brilliant. Play fun sounds. But you can also, and this is cool, you can connect it to the rest of your house. So if you've got like a Google Mini or a Google Hub sitting in another part of your house, you can connect these two together, and you can do things like talk to the person in the other room. And this is why I want to talk to you guys about how wonderful it is. So this is all hands-free, as you know. I was using my hands. I would normally use Assistant, voice control, but if I did it now, I would control all your appliances or your Google appliances as well, so I won't. But the reason why I love it is that this particular unit here is being given to me by Lenovo, and they gave it to me. It's actually not for me. I am gifting this year, so I want to put that there so we don't see. I don't want to talk about that yet. I'm going to move that over the side because this is important, guys. This is like seriously cool. So Lenovo has gifted me this year, and they've gifted it to me because they know that I'm gifting it on, and I'm gifting this on. This hands-free Google Assistant to my brother. So almost 2 years to the day. My brother Simon, who's a year older than me, he was in a very tragic car accident, and he broke his spine in multiple places, and he is now a tetraplegic. He has no movement from the neck down. And still, being a young man, he was a single dad, and he's now navigating life as a tetraplegic. And I told Lenovo this story, and they said, we've got, we want to gift him one of these so he can have this in his room, and he can talk to it, and he doesn't have to worry about trying to, because he has limited movements in his shoulders, but he still can't move very much. So for him, for my brother who's in a wheelchair, this is going to be amazing. So he's getting a smart display. So all the things that we just showed, I shared with you guys, he now has the ability to do that. We are literally, between myself and Lenovo, we're going to smart his home. He lives in New Zealand, so I'm taking this to New Zealand when we go for our book launch and our publicity tour. I'm taking this with me, and he's getting this smart display, so he can do all the stuff we've just talked about. But as well as that, Lenovo also have these smart plugs, so he can plug these into like his kettle and just tell his kettle to turn on, and he can boil the water, or he can plug it into his lamp in his room and tell his lamp to turn off or turn on. So there's so many things. You can just connect your smart plugs, and then they coordinate with your smart display, and then you start to smarten up your home. Like literally think about the things you could do with a plug, and you just tell it to turn on. So he doesn't actually have to touch anything. It is mind-blowing that Lenovo have done this. I'm just so completely blown away. I can't wait to give these to my brother. And also they have smart bulbs. So you literally can turn your light, and this is one of the things for my brother who can't even get out of bed. He needs 24-hour care, but even then his carers can't be with him 24 hours a day, so he can now tell his lights to turn down, to dim, if he wants to go to sleep, and he doesn't have to bother anyone in his room. So we've got smart bulbs coming to him. We've got smart plugs that can control all his appliances. He can tell them to turn off and do all sorts of those things like that, and I cannot wait and they're programmable as well. Look at that. They're programmable, voice control remotely through this. So thank you to Lenovo for giving us this opportunity to start to give my brother some smart solutions for his home. Thank you. It is an honor. I'm still going to have my one in the back there. I still got mine, but now I've got one to give away, which is beautiful. So these are available. They're, I think in Australia, they're only $299 for this. And this is a 10-inch high-definition screen, by the way. The video content, look at the photos. You can play your own. You can use this as a photo gallery, but the sound is also really amazing. You use it as when you have parties and stuff in the kitchen. You guys always ask me, like, oh, how is it that you spend so much time cooking? I'm watching YouTube videos the whole time. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm actually being really productive the whole time I'm in the kitchen because this is with me every single day. So if you have a little bit more that you want to spend this Christmas, I honestly suggest you get the smart display. Like I said, it's $299 for a 10-inch screen. It acts as a tablet. It acts as a phone. You can talk to people in other parts of the room. You can attach all the smart things to it to make your home smart as well. It all happens through this hub, and then it's just brilliant. So $299 through JB Hi-Fi. I know the good guys do it. You can also buy it online through lenovo.com.au. There are so many options to buy this. Go and have a look at it. Lenovo also do a smart clock, so you have a bedside clock. It's really cool, the smart clock, by the way. It won in Las Vegas earlier this year. It was named as one of the best products of the year at this massive CES conference. The smart clock, it's about $80. It is seriously the coolest thing. You can also get smaller ones for smaller rooms in the house as well, because I said this is the big one, the 10-inch. You can get like a 7-inch. Their smart stuff is revolutionary. I absolutely love it. Hence why, guess where it is? Remember? It's right there the whole time. So that's very cool as well. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about today, and I'm going to talk about this a lot more in depth in a couple of days' time, but champagne. Let's be honest. The gift of champagne is always a wonderful gift, and there are better champagnes out there on the market for us who are watching our weight and our health than other champagnes. So if you are purchasing a champagne, by the way, this champagne, well, this is actually not champagne because it's not from the Champagne region. This is called a Méthode Traditionnelle. So that's the main difference, is that champagne, as in sparkling wine, can only be called champagne. It is from the region of Champagne in France. So this is actually champagne. Veuve Clicquot. It is champagne. So it is from the region of France. This is sparkling wine. This is Méthode Traditionnelle, not made in France, not made in the region of France. So it is not able to be called a champagne. It's still a sparkling wine though. This cost me, and this is gorgeous, I've had this before. This cost me, I think it was $16.99 at Dan Murphy's, and this cost me $59.99 at Dan Murphy's. So look, I mean, that looks like a gorgeous bottle of sparkling, and it really, really is. So when it comes to buying champagne or buying sparkling wine, are there better options than others? And yes, there are. So the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you look for this word here, brut. Brut basically means dry. And when it's dry, there is less sugars in it than other champagnes that are sweeter style. So you want to look for something that says brut for a start. It's going to have less residual sugars in there. So it's going to be more sugar-free. There is another classification after this, which is called extra brut. And extra brut is they nickname it skinny champagne because there's no sugars involved in it, but it's very, very hard to find in Australia. I have found, and I have looked everywhere, and I cannot find a bottle of extra brut. So what I have in front of me, the next best thing is to always go for a brut. You want to stay away from the sweet wines, like the sweet wines. Anything that doesn't, if it's a cuvee, you want to stay away from that as well. You want to go for this brut. I know that the Veuve, there you go, that's a brut as well, and it happens to be one of my favourite champagnes at a very reasonable price. But then again, you can go to a Méthode Traditionnelle or a sparkling wine for a third of the price, and you're still going to get a very good drop as well. The main difference is this was not the grapes were not grown in Champagne, which is the wine growing region in France. This was grown in the wine region of France, known as Champagne. That's why they can call it champagne. So that's the main difference. And don't be one of those, make sure that you know that difference, because then you sound really cool. You'll be like, oh, I'll have that Méthode Traditionnelle or the sparkling wine, thanks. We can't call Lindau champagne, and we can't, call other things that don't come from champagne. So just a little warning there for you guys about champagne. Only champagne can come from the region of Champagne. Méthode Traditionnelle or sparkling wine is going to cost you probably a lot less. And by the way, Australia and New Zealand are doing some of the most amazing sparkling wines. You don't have to go for the European one. And I believe this is from, wait for it, where is the area here? Blah, 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 blah. I think this is still from France. It's just not produced in the area of Champagne, so they can't call it champagne. It still tastes blinking delicious, but it is not a champagne. but it is a brut, which means it's lower in sugar. So just be aware when you are purchasing your champagnes or your method traditionals or your sparkling wines, always go for brut or extra brut. Another name is champagne natural, a natural, which has got no sugars, no additional sugars as well. And there are some champagne brands that do this. It's just a little bit harder to find. I reckon next year it's going to be even easier to find as we start all going for the skinny champagnes. But it's a good start. Brut is a good start. So yeah, that is kind of me. I think I've done everything. Oh, there's one other thing. Yeah, I know that's a good book to buy, right, for Christmas giving, but you may not be able to get it. Oh, come back to me. Let's have it. Where am I? I'm going to find my face again. Oh, there we go. Here. Hi. So, yes, of course I want you guys to buy my books, but I also know that it's getting closer to Christmas, so delivery is a little bit more difficult. If you still want to buy one of my books and gift it to someone, and especially if they're overseas, like they're not near you, you can also give the gift of Bridget's Healthy Kitchen, which is the yellow book. Yeah, I've got it here. Whoa, let me get one. Bridget's Healthy Kitchen, which was the first book that we released. Oh, look, that's my copy. That's why it's got a B on it. That's my copy. That we released April, I think it was this year, which sold out in 6 weeks. Oh, that's cool. That is available on Amazon Kindle. So Mahay's going to throw up a link for Amazon Kindle, so you can purchase this and gift this to someone if you need to. Because it may be a little bit difficult to get this posted out to you now, but of course I also have all my ebooks. But if you want to give this book, and remember this is the gut reset, this is where it all starts, you can also get that still. It's available in Kindle version on Amazon, and you can gift that to someone as well. The green book, which is this one, which has the smart display on it, the green book is not available on Kindle yet. It's only hard copy. We might bring it out around about April next year, April or May next year. We might bring out a Kindle version. Right now it's only available during hard copy. Thank you for joining me. I hope I've given you some insight. Oh, forgot 2 more things, and these are stocking stuffers. Remember how I said this is a stocking stuffer, provided you put like a, I don't know, wrap a tissue around the edge so no one gets stabbed. That totally. This is such a nice knife. It's $10. I think you can get them for about $6 depending on where you go too. $10. Perfect. Another stocking stuffer. Before I forget, someone mentioned this yesterday. Asked me to convert because they didn't have this product in their house, this appliance in their house. This is vital. I reckon you can buy this at Kmart for $10 or whatever it is. If you know someone who likes to cook, and they're using cup measures, get them some digital scales. All my recipes are in grams or tablespoons. I never use cups because they're not accurate enough. So this is a nice $10 stocking filler. Let's get that word out properly, stocking filler. Really nice. And the other thing I would suggest as a stocking filler, once again, it is digital, and that is my meat thermometer, that you can get metal meat thermometer so you can test how cooked your chicken, your turkey, your steaks, your lamb roast, whatever it is, your fish, your whole baked salmon. This is really, really cool, and this is a really nice gift for anyone who likes a barbecue as well, who may not have one of these. You can get this from the King of Knives stores, and different type, like Peters of Kensington and Victoria's Basement. They all sell them as well. And this for me is a perfect stuffing stocker. Don't say that twice when you've had 2 glasses of champagne. I haven't though. Please, it's only 12:30. I haven't had champagne yet. And the reason why is because we're doing another video. We're doing a sponge masterclass tonight at 6 o'clock Sydney time. Please join me. It is the start of our trifle making class, which is going to be on the following day. So hope you've enjoyed today. Hope I've given you some food for thought. Hope I've given you some ideas, foodie ideas that are going to help the foodie that you love, or the foodie that you care about, or even if you need to give people ideas about what you would like as well. I hope this has helped you guys a little bit. I will see you all again. Don't forget to join me later on tonight, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock tonight, we're doing a sponge cooking masterclass. But thank you for joining me today, and we will see you tonight. All right, take care.